Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back. Today we have a wonderful guest, Dr. Venugopal Reddiar, MD, MRCP UK, ABIM USA, physician and behavioral scientist USA. MBBS and MD, General Medicine from Trivandrum Medical College 1975 and 1979, MRCP, General Medicine from UK 1993, ABIM, American Board of Internal Medicine 1996, was Assistant Professor in Medicine, Medical College Service, Kerala till 1992. The topic is turbocharge your communication skill. We know the importance of this communication, especially a science, a medical science like homeopathy, where we have to know about the mental and physical specialities or peculiarities, a kind of this individualized medicine or personalized medicine in homeopathy. So on behalf of Ifph, I welcome Dr. Venugopal Reddiar. You can have the platform for the next 40 minutes. So please proceed.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I assume this session is getting recorded. Am I right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Let me start the slideshow. Could you please turn off? I'm getting the notification. Admit that notification. Everybody, every time somebody is joining, I'm getting that notification. Please, could you please turn it off?
So it's for the sake of security, sir. Now, so some persons may intrude, so that once a few occasions hacking happens. That's why it is opened.
Okay, that's a distraction for me every time, because when I post my talk, nobody can distract me. Okay, now the slide is visible.
Yes,
and
yes.
I assume I am audible.
Yes,
Turbocharge your communication skills. And I will try to finish my talk within 45 to 50 minutes.
Yes, sir. Sir,
So, friends, please keep your mic muted till the end of my talk.
Sir, the screen sharing is not there. That's the problem. It disappeared.
What is happening? I am sharing that one.
So how can I keep on this time?
No.
You please
No, just a
restart.
minute.
Please restart.
Just a minute. I switch between my slide and myself. That's what I do.
Okay.
I switch from slides to, now the slide is visible. Now I am going to switch it. So you won't be able to see the slide. You'll be able to see me. Is it clear?
Yeah, yes.
So that is what I do.
Okay.
I'll be changing.
Yeah.
Now, during the presentation, please keep your mic muted and you can ask questions after I complete my presentation. But during this session, I would like to make it a two-way street of communication, interactive session. So I'll be posing some simple questions so that I'll be able to know, what you don't know. Then only I'll be able to customize my talk to meet your needs and expectations. At that time, when I pose your question, please in the chat box, just type in the response. You don't have to write a sentence. All you have to do is type an alphabet. If I say, if you agree yes, type Y. If you say no, type N. If you agree, type A. If you disagree, type D. Is this clear? If it is clear, in the chat box, type C. Because we are talking about communication. So I want to make sure whether I have made you understand. If it is clear, type C in the chat box. Okay, Kumarji. Okay, C. What about others? What is happening? I am sure that nobody in this group is suffering from paralysis of hands. Okay, so type in. Okay, thank you, Pinaji. Yes, that is the only way we can make this session interesting, useful, and productive. You haven't come to waste your time. and I am not here to waste my time as well. So please respond to my questions. Okay, thank you. Purpose of this talk: understand the basics of communication, know how to communicate effectively, learn how to become a powerful communicator. I'm sure that is you must have, especially after the COVID pandemic, you must have had the opportunity to listen to easily more than some 300 webinars. Now, my question is, please listen to me carefully. Roughly, what percentage of speakers, they are good communicators? 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, or 100%? In the chat box, put a number. Please, be quick. Okay, 75. What about others? Only 1%. Again, Dr. Jayachandran, 75, 80. You have to be honest. There are 24 participants. If you don't participate, if you don't give me a number, I'm sorry. I will stop this session because I want to know your feedback. Yes, again, Dr. Anyama John, 75. I mean what I say. I have no problem in stopping this session. I need your response. Okay, now, sorry, I'm going to stop this session. Okay, 40%, Dr. Rama Devi Ambadi. Thank you. This is the difference, 75, then 40. Anybody else? Because we are wasting the time. I have no problem. Okay, let us waste the time. That is what you want. Okay, Dr. Abraham Matthews, 75. Doctors are busy, I think. Are they not participating? So, Mr. Kumar, do you mean that others are not here? Only some 6 or 7 people? Is that the message, Dr. Kumar? If that is the message, put why. I want to know what you mean by that one. Babu Lim. To everyone, what does that C mean, Babu Lim? They are not here. If they are not here, say not here. You're talking about communication. It's not clear. To everyone. Again, it is vague. Bob Limji, what do you mean by that one? They are not here or they are here. And I'm seeing Dr. Pravesh Shah, he is talking to somebody else. And I don't think that he is even listening. And I have one read me note. I'm not getting any response. I have WPKL, Norlisa, then Mridul Sahani, no response. See, we are wasting how much time? Now almost 10 minutes gone. I have no problem because I'm not doing it for money. I'll repeat the same question. Rapport 2 is important. Roughly what percentage of speakers are good communicators? 20, 40, 60, 80, or 100%? Give me a number. Those who have not responded. Okay, Dr. Danesh, 20%. Okay. Dr. Manoj, yes, now I get the point. Now the next question. How many of you have read any book on communication? I want to know. If you have read, okay, any book, say yes. Why? If you have not, type N. A book on communication. Okay, Dr. Manoj, no. Dr. Danesh, no. Okay, thank you. Be frank. Honesty, yes, no. Okay, so all the more, it is important to listen to me carefully. This webinar is based on FEQT, facts, experience, quotes, thoughts. There are hundreds of books on communication. I'm going to display just 3 titles. Effective communication skills. Again, effective communication skills by a different author. Then non-verbal communication. Now my question is, have you heard this term non-verbal communication? If yes, put Y. If no, put N. Yes, Dr. Daneshi, yes. So only one person. So I assume the remaining 24 people, okay, now 3 or 4, okay, 4 or 5 people, they have heard this term. Okay, so that means, Dr. Kumar, no, fine, thank you. Don't feel ashamed. Main point is, I haven't come here to insult anybody. I have come here to share some knowledge with you. And before I share the knowledge, I need to know what you know and what you don't know. If you already know, then there's no point in my saying the same thing, which I already know. Okay, Dr. Abraham, no. Okay, thank you. The word turbocharge, definition, make more powerful. Turbocharge means make something more powerful. Then the communication, the act of using words, sounds, signs, or gestures to exchange your ideas, thoughts, feelings, etc. to others. American actor Brett Morrison, his words, of all the life skills available to us, communication is perhaps the most empowering. As an actor, you know, you enjoy movies, watching movies, because the actors, they display emotions effectively and the way they deliver the dialogue. So the actor's success, Amitabh Bachchan, or in Malayalam, Mohanlal, in Tamil, Rajinikanth, highly successful. and popular actors, their success depends on ability to communicate effectively. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the alphabet, in the chat box. Do you agree? Yes, Kumarji, thank you. Vaicharyan, yes. Yes, thank you.
ढोलक बना देलू बढ़िया
Please
ढोलक बढ़िया
mute. Manojji, please mute the microphone. Somebody has unintentionally turned it on. Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success. We are talking about most of you are all homeopaths. Your career success depends on your communication skills. If your communication skills are poor, then patients will go to some other homeopath. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Yes, your practice depends on your right. Okay. Your practice success depends on your communication skills. You may have the knowledge. You may know everything about different medicines, different diseases, but you need the patience. And if the patients don't find your communication skills, they are not able to understand you, then they are not going to come, waste their time and spend money. They will choose from Jayachandran, they will go to Manoj. From Mridul Sahani, they will go to Danesh. That's what happens. This is happening in allopathy also. Communication failure is the mother of all failures in life. Do you want me to give a couple of examples? If you want me to give an example, say yes. Failure is the mother of all failures. Yes, Kumarji. Thank you. I'm going to give an example from my own practice, modern medicine practice. During pregnancy, it is not uncommon to find iron deficiency anemia. Pregnant women, their hemoglobin is 10 grams or something like that. But when you do other tests, iron level is low. Then doctors usually prescribe iron pills. Now, the iron tablets should not be taken with milk. If you take with milk, you don't get absorbed. But what happens? A busy doctor, he prescribes and says that, take this tablet twice a day. So the patient may take that tablet with milk or with tea or coffee. Then one month later, when you recheck the hemoglobin, there is no improvement. So what is happening? Treatment failure because of communication failure. Is this clear now? Clear? If it is clear, put C. I have given you only one example. There are hundreds of such examples. Because I have seen eventually the whole process of treatment fails because of communication failure. Miscommunication leads to complication. Because miscommunication leads to misunderstanding. And misunderstanding leads to conflicts, arguments, fights. The two words information and communication are often used interchangeably, but they signify quite different things. Information is giving out, communication is getting through. Information is sharing a piece of some information. Communication is the person is able to understand. If the person is not able to understand, then that is not communication. That is sharing an information. That is what I see in many webinars. My personal experience in the last, say, almost 4 years, I had the opportunity to listen to more than 500 webinars. Only 20% of the speakers, they are able to communicate. Whatever they say, it goes through. 80%, no. They simply cut and paste from some book, and they show a slide with full of so many lines, crowded, you cannot even read, and they put something font sizes too small, you cannot read, and they bring 50 slides for some 30-minute talk. Rush through. Am I right? If I am right, put in the chat box R. Please, my dear friends. Because this topic is R, yes. Manojji, Roycharanji, yes. Danesh, yes. That is what is happening. Why is that happening? Because they are not aware of their poor communication skills. They are not doing it deliberately. Nobody wants to dump some information, but they don't know how to, because we don't learn how to communicate in the schools, in the colleges, in the school classrooms. It is a one-way communication. Usually teacher talks, students may take down the notes and go for the examination and multiple choice. You give the answer, you pass, you get first class, and everything is the formal education empowering you with the communication skills. If it is not empowering, please put N in the chat box. Because I want to ensure that whatever I am sharing is based on facts. Yes, Royji, facts. So our formal education is not empowering. A guy, if you ask a person with a PhD in political science or MA or MSc in politics, ask him to contest in a panchayat election, ask him to give a speech, and you ask a person, a fourth grader, without any college degree, like our former minister M. Mani, and Achyutanandan, seventh grader, who knows how to communicate well? The PhD guy or the high school dropout? That is the point. Because communication skills, we must learn from the school of life, not from just books or not from college. That is the take-home message. I was also a terrible speaker till 1980. Even after completing my MD degree in general medicine. No. Then I put a conscious effort. I realized that, yes, I'm not a good communicator. I wanted to change that one. That's why my experience, when I became a faculty in the Trivandrum Medical College, whether you are a good teacher or a bad teacher, salary is same. And the promotion is based on seniority, nothing else. You don't have to prove anything to become the due course a professor and the HOD. But my inside voice, my inner voice, hey, you must teach well. You must teach well. The students should like your teaching. And what should I do? Then I realized my weakness. I started and put a paper and wrote down why. Why am I not able to speak well? And I realized my vocabulary was poor. Because without good vocabulary, you won't be able to communicate well. So step number one, improve vocabulary. So this one is sharing my experience as well as I'm giving you the tips what to do. Before that, I used to read only Malayalam newspaper. Then I started subscribing to Hindu newspaper. And every day evening, I would go through the editorial. The editorial will be on a different topic every day. Today it may be about the terrorism, tomorrow it may be about the climate change, the other day it may be inflation, like that. Then you will come across words related to that topic. And without being lazy, I used to check the dictionary, find out the meaning. Then I used to apply that new word on the very next day when I took classes for the students. Like that, I expanded my vocabulary. Even now I am 70 plus. Even now, every day I end up learning 3 to 5 new words. Because when I'm reading an article online, some news, when I come across a word, I don't know the meaning, I immediately check Google, search the meaning. So that is how. And I observed the speeches of many politicians. Politicians are gurus. Don't belittle them. I used to sit and listen to the politicians and their style of communication, how they were able to grab the attention. Then I adopted, I copied some of those ones in my own teaching. So far, do you find this method interesting and practical? If it is interesting and practical, put yes. Why? Do you find the method I tried? Yes, Roy Cherianji. Yes, that is what it is. I am not here to talk about theory stuff. I'm not a theoretician. Only if I have tried something and if I have succeeded, then only I will preach. Communication should be a two-way street. Unfortunately, it is often a one-way street with a dead end. That is exactly what I am finding here also. I want it to be a two-way street. I asked you to respond, and only few people responded. Then it becomes a one-way street. Dead end. What we say is important, but how we say is more important. The how, I will come to that one. 90% of the friction of daily life is caused by tone of voice. I'm going to say one sentence with 2 different tones. Watch. If I'm going to ask Dr. Jayachandran is standing in front of me. Imagine there's a room, Jayachandran is standing in front of me. And he is not Dr. Jayachandran. He is an employee. If I say, please close that door. Please close that door. I'm going to say the very same sentence in a different way. Please close that door. Words are same. Which one did you like? Number 1 or number 2? Put in the chat box 1 or 2. Words are same. Number 2, Abilji. Number 2, simple. This is what many people don't realize. The first one, my tone. When the tone is different, the facial expression also changes. Please close that door. Please close that door. Is that? Even without being conscious, expression, gesture, everything. The first one, please close that door. A pointing finger. Second one, please close that door. Open hand. Now are you convinced? The tone. If you are convinced, to put a C in the chat box. My dear friends, let us make it a two-way communication. Just why are you so rigid, resisting, refusing to participate? Something is really wrong. Is there any homeo medicine, Dr. Jayachandran, for people who are not participating? Give that medicine so that they will also participate. Okay. Thank you. The non-verbal communication. kinesics, vocalics, proxemics, oculesics, haptics, and objectives. Have you heard any of these terms? If no, put in the chat box N. If you have not heard, because I don't know whether you know. That's why I'm repeating that one. Nabilji, no. Manojji, no. So Shamila and other people, they are quiet. Dr. Noor, quiet. I cannot read your mind, my dear Dr. Noor, Dr. Shamila. I'm not good at reading your mind. Okay, Rahulji, yes, no. So give me a response. Okay. Dr. Jayachandran, because he had the opportunity to listen to my previous talks. So I'll quickly tell what they are. Today, we won't be able to go into the depth of that one. If you are interested, maybe we can do that one on some other day about non-verbal communication. Kinesics refers to the facial expressions, gestures. Vocalics, voice. The loudness, speed, pitch. Proxemics, how we use the space, interpersonal communication. Oculesics, eye contact, eye movements. Haptics, touch. Especially in the medical profession, touching a patient. Healing touch, therapeutic touch. And lastly, object is what we wear, our costume, and what we carry with us, whether it is an iPhone or whether it is the ordinary some other Redmi, that phone. So each one communicates. Because the iPhone immediately, okay, status symbol, this person is rich. He can afford to buy an iPhone. The other one, is this clear? So that is what it is. All these 6 components, not today, and some other day. Words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind. The Reddiar Kipling, the author of Jungle Book, especially in the healing profession, the kind of words that doctor uses that can make the fear, create fear or comfort. Do you agree, Dr. Jayachandranji? Because some doctors, they inject fear. They choose the wrong words. Patients, they come to a doctor, as well as the clients go to a lawyer. They want hope, not just medicines. Hope, my dear friends. That hope is from the words you use. And many doctors, they don't know. And if the person has got a cancer, again, you should never take away the hope. Don't lie. I am not saying that you must lie. Even if it is severe cancer with a, suppose usually, a leukemia, and the prognosis, suppose almost 80% of the patients, it is a serious illness and die within 6 months. But some patients live more than 5 years. When you make the diagnosis, say leukemia is a serious disease, but I know patients who have lived for more than 5 years. You are telling the truth. So the patient will have that hope. Is this point clear? So the words are powerful drugs. That is why the politicians, have you seen, they give hope and they get votes by selling hope. That is what they do. They are very good at it. Trump in 2016, make America great again. Look at the cap also. And his political opponent was very popular and a powerful opponent, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was the first lady when Bill Clinton was the governor in Arkansas, then first lady when he was the president, and she was a senator, and she was the secretary of the state under Obama. Long political career track record. This guy, Trump was an entrepreneur, businessman. First time he was jumping into this one. But he was able to defeat Hillary Clinton. Those words, make America great again. And he won the election. We know the history. So that slogan, yes. The words are very powerful, just drug. And what about Indira Gandhi in 1971? Garibi Hatao. That's when that old Congress party was split, and Indira Gandhi formed her own party, Congress I, and she was contesting opposite. There are Kamaraj Nadar, Nijalingappa, many senior leaders. She won landslide victory. She came with this one. Garibi Hatao, hope, eradicate poverty. Did she eradicate any poverty? No. No. 90% of the time, politicians, they give false promises, fake. But it works. So words are powerful. The first problem of communication is getting people's attention. First, we must get the people's attention. That is why, look at the Shah Rukh Khan, Virat Kohli, Amitabh Bachchan. They are brand ambassadors for many products. A car or a computer or this one. Who comes? Shah Rukh Khan. Attention. The moment people see Shah Rukh Khan, they will watch. So grab the attention. That is why. And when I'm giving a talk, I make sure my background is plain. Some people put all this virtual background. That is a distraction. Please understand. Don't use a virtual background of some ocean, beach, or some kind of a forest. Everything is a distraction. Is this point clear? If it is clear, put C. Because you will be focusing on me only, not on my background. Okay, Manojji, thank you. Effective communication starts with the listening. Especially with patients, if they think that you are a good listener, that rapport, earlier somebody used the word rapport. Doctor-patient relationship depends upon a rapport trust. You cannot build rapport if you are not a good listener. And here in the USA, in the hospital where I used to work, every year they used to send a patient satisfaction survey. They will choose 100 patients from my panel randomly and send us some 10 questions. One of the questions was about my listening skills. Poor, average, good, very good, excellent. And if 80% of the respondents give very good and excellent, then the doctor will get a bonus, $1,000. I was able to get that bonus. And some patients nominated me for Primary Care Service Award for excellent customer service. They put the comment, Dr. Reddiar is a very good listener. That is what? Listening, power of listening. Because of that, many patients, they wouldn't even ask many questions. If I say, you don't need a CT scan, they wouldn't ask why. If I say, you need a CT scan, they won't ask again why. Because they trust me. They know, oh, Dr. Reddiar, he listened to me. So he has understood my problem. So there must be a reason for his ordering that one. So I was able to save a lot of time also. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our life. That self-talk, we have to be very careful. When we engage in a self-talk, our mind is listening. We start believing that one. If I say, oh, I am stupid, I am dumb, oh, I cannot do this one, I don't think that. Finish. You are not going to. And you will soon become stupid. So no negative self-talk. With children also. Don't. Nothing negative. That also many parents, grandparents, they don't realize. And when they scold the children, they use the negative. You are dumb, you are stupid. What are you good for? And soon the child starts believing that I'm dumb, I'm stupid. Before you say something, ask these questions to yourself. What I'm going to say, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? If it is no, hold it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Think twice before you say. If it is yes, say it. So this topic itself, turbocharged communication skills. I asked that question. Is it necessary? I think yes. You heard that is 20%, 25%. They are only good communicators. So that means this topic is necessary. Then, is it true? That also yes. Is it kind? Yes. I haven't come here to insult anybody. I'm sharing something for the benefit of others. So that is why this topic, turbocharge your communication skills. Communication is a skill that you can learn. It is like riding a bicycle or typing. If you are willing to work at it, you can rapidly improve the quality of every part of your life. With the practice, more and more practice, you will become an expert. Same way I told you, every day, I learn 3 to 5 new words. And I read a lot of quotations. And I use those quotations. Because of that, my communication skill is getting better and better. Dr. Jayachandran, do you agree? You have had the opportunity to listen to my at least some more than 20 talks. What do you think? Do you agree? That is every time I come with new thoughts, new ideas, and everything. Do you agree? Jayachandranji, if you agree, in the chat box put Y or A. I'm not seeing your response. Did you type in? Oh, yes, I agree. Okay, thank you. Educators take something simple and make it complicated. Communicators take something complicated and make it simple. That's why most of these teachers, professors, they are not good at explaining things so that others can understand easily. And another example, real life example, unfortunately, Shashi Tharoor. He likes to impress the audience. So he uses flowery language. The words many people cannot even understand. That is to impress. So that is where the difference, the Jaishankar, our external affairs minister, he uses simple, plain words. He is a powerful communicator. When he went to Europe, he used plain words. Europe thinks Europe's problems are world's problems. And world's problems are not Europe's problems. Europe's problems are Europe's problems. Beautiful. Don't you agree? Simple. And he hit them with the nail. I never miss to watch Jaishankar's any interview or interaction. He's a great communicator. Same way, why? This Narendra Modi is rated as a great orator, very powerful orator now. Why? He knows how to connect with the audience. He knows how to, again, motivate, persuade people. Do you agree? If you say agree, put A. He has already proved. And this time also they are using mainly the Modi. Because his communication skill. A chai wala. He learned a lot from the school of life. Right from the beginning I was saying. School of life. First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Always make sure that is the language, that words won't be misinterpreted. For example, in Kerala, in Malayalam, Acha means father. In North India, Hindi, Acha means good. So it can lead to a confusion. Okay? In Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, fever called Pani. In Tamil Nadu, Pani means snow. Eh? So misunderstanding, miscommunication. And in USA, one interesting experience. 1994, when I came for the residency, one day my car broke down. So I had to leave it in a what you call workshop and went to work. In the evening, I had to go and pick up the car. So I asked my white American colleague, I asked, hey, Chris, can you give me a lift? And he looked at me. Why do you want me to lift you? Why do you want me to lift you? I said, can you give me a lift? Then I said, my car broke down and it is the garage. I want to go and pick up that. Oh, you mean a ride? You want a ride? You follow me? The word lift has got a different meaning. So again, communication. There are numerous interesting examples. Because we don't have the time, I've shared only one example. Every time you open your mouth, you let men look into your mind. Because whatever you say, it speaks volumes about your mindset. Whether you are a pessimistic type of person, whether you are an optimistic person, whether you are a greedy person, whether you are nice, humble, everything, words. One has to watch their words. Storytellers, by the very act of telling, communicate a radical learning that changes lives and the world. Telling stories is a universally accessible means through which people make meaning. I am sure that you must have all heard about the story Tortoise and the Hare, Aesop's fable. Have you? If you have, then put Y in the chat box. That race, Tortoise and Hare race. If you have heard, put Y in the chat box, my dear friends. Please, put Y. Yes, 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 thank you. And what about this one? Akbar and Birbal stories. And these Aesop stories are 2,500 years old. He lived in the BC era, that Aesop. He was a slave. And the Akbar Birbal story, again, more than 400 years old. We know that one. And Aesop stories, moral stories and philosophy. Birbal stories, how to think creatively and find a solution. Creative thinking. And we must read those stories again so that you will be able to store. I must have read this Akbar Birbal story 4 or 5 times. Upcoming talks, every Thursday, I give a talk in my Zoom platform. On this Thursday, why is life unfair? Then realistic mindset. That is my Zoom link. You can take a screenshot. The link, everything is same every Thursday at 8 p.m. Thank you for joining this webinar. Now, any questions?
Yes, it is important.
The time management, I told you,
Yeah.
45 to 50 minutes.
Yes, we are also very specific in arranging the session at starting at 8 o'clock and concluding by 9 p.m. Very, very sharp for the last 1,344 days. Time for discussion. Those who would like to participate, please raise your hand. You rightly said about the creative thinking. Then again, the communication, the body language, the mother of the child, the body language of mother can easily be communicated to child. Then the child, the mother can perceive it. It is just like that. If you have a lot of empathy and you have a broad mind, definitely we can understand what the internal the intentions, what were their thinking on the very this facial expression. In homeopathy, we are always very much concerned about this facial expression of the patient, express the unhappiness, the frowned face, just like frowning, looking doubtful. It's a very important homeopathy. It's a nice presentation. Those who like to participate, please raise your hand. This turbocharging is also very important. Then again, an interesting point is recently Indian Medical Council has modified the syllabus of the MBBS course to make communication skill, to develop the communication skill as their academics. Why? Because these new generation people are often communicating with telephones, with the mobile phones, not with the persons, not to person interactions are not there. So there's a good move from the part of the Indian Medical Council. Dr. Danesh, yes, please.
But unfortunately, before that, unfortunately, who is going to teach them communication skills? The teachers, they don't have the communication skills.
Yes.
And they are the teachers. That is a joke. They should hire people from outside the medical profession to teach them how to communicate effectively. But they won't do that one. And we have many teachers who are really, their communication skills are awful. And they'll be the teachers to teach them how to communicate. It is something like a blind leading a blind.
Good. Okay, yes. Dr.
Okay,
Danesh,
Dinesh ji.
yeah.
Yes, Dr. Venugopal sir, it's a really an excellent session. You really open many of us to communicate, how to communicate with the surrounding people, and not only how to get benefit out of it also. When you are able to communicate to a person in a better way, definitely you will get the return in different ways. And as you just mentioned, how to say please to a person is really what we need to look into. That when at times we may outburst into the person and say that you please go out of this room. You can say the same thing. Please go. I have to do some other business here. that's how we can differentiate things. That's what you have communicated in this session itself. That's one of the most important point as far as the doctor is also concerned, because if you are not able to communicate with your patient, definitely you will not get the clear picture of the patient. And as far as in homeopathy, we need the clear picture, as Dr. Manoj pointed out, what is what and what is the meaning of the expression of the patient itself. That will because those symptoms which we are not prescribing on the basis of this diagnosis, but instead we are about to find out what is the individuality, what is rare in the patient. That is the rare, peculiar, uncommon characteristic symptom of the patient. That sometimes it may be an expression, sometimes it may be his way of walking, or sometimes his way of dressing. That itself will indicate the medicine. Anyway, it's really a worthwhile session. Really enjoyed full of your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Dinesh ji. Now that one also, the best way is not please close the door. Best way is always could you please. The moment you put could, it makes it all the more polite. Could you please? Just add that could you, then you say that one. That's what I do, especially at work with my team nurses or anybody. Hey, could you please get me that one? Hey, could you please? All this, could you please?
Yes.
Otherwise, I mean, he's bossy. Then he thinks, okay, he is bossy, he is asking me. He's a nurse. But again, I used to say, could you please? So I was able to enjoy very good rapport with my support team members. And here again, that read me note, I'm going to give you a feedback communication. You have to put your name. It would be better if you put the name. Otherwise, I won't know who this Redmi Note 9 Pro Max is. That's also a failure of communication. That is a communication failure. Learn it. And if your ego will allow you to do that one, change that one next time. Put your name. Thank you.
So it may be to lack of technical knowledge, because most of all people are not trying to study the things behind this computer.
Then Daneshi, please teach him. Just call him and tell him how to do that one. Change that one. Yeah, now he is putting Dr. G.S. Singh. You can change that one. Dr. G.S. Singh, and in the upper three dots, and you click that dot, then there will be something like that, change name. That option is there. Then you type in your name. Then that'll be there. So any other questions or comments?
Roy MC want to speak, I think.
Roy MCG, would you like to say something or ask something?
Please unmute, sir.
Did attend it from the
No, again muted.
I failed to attend the session from the very beginning.
Okay.
I was outside.
That's
Anyway, it is a very simple thing, but it will create a quality of one's personality, this communication skill. A quality of one's personality may influence this communication.
Here, whenever I go to any office here or anywhere, if I need something or if I want something, I always start the sentence with the could you please.
Could you please?
90% of the time, they do help. 90% of the time. The success rate is very high. The moment you say, could you please, our body language also changes. And our expression also changes. You will be very polite. That one. That request, the tone of request tone comes. The other one, please close the door. It is not a request, it is a command.
Okay.
It is an order. Even the verbally, it was a please. That please has lost the meaning, impact, because of your tone and the gesture.
Exactly, sir. It's time to wind up session. May I invite Dr. Sort of thanks. Dr. Dhanesh, please unmute. Yes, please. Would you please express sort of thanks?
Yes, yes, Dr. Manoj, and we are delighted to have such a wonderful personality to motivate us in this section, and that really has done a lot of good for us, not only for me, but also for those who attended the session and those who may watch the session again and again in our YouTube channel. So that's the beauty of this presentation. Anyway, we are congratulating Dr. Venugopal Reddiar sir for such a wonderful session. And on behalf of myself as well as on behalf of the participants who attended the session, I am thanking you once again, sir. Thank you very much for your.
Through my communication, I have educated Dr. G.S. Singh, and he has changed his name. He has put it correctly. So it took only few seconds. So he is no longer Redmi Pro Max. So it is Dr. G.S. Singh. That is what communication is. Okay.
Anyway,
thank you.
For the bus.
Good night.
Let me conclude today's English edition. Hope you that we'll be back again tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. And all Dr. Shaila to continue the program in Malayalam. Thank you.